Welcome to the Morning Nerdy News. Today we have updates in regards to Xbox's new system. We have information on new games coming out. We have updates coming from AMD about when we should expect new information, as well as a leaked look at their new graphics card. We're going to start out with the launch date of Assassin's Creed coming November 10th, 2020 for Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Stadia, and PC. We do know November 10th, which is when we know that the new systems are being launched for the Xbox Series X and Series S. And Phil Spencer did confirm that yes, the prices are $499 for the Series X and $299 for the Series S. These were supposed to be announced next week, but I guess the cat's out of the bag, so let's go ahead and just roll with it. So it's fun to see that Xbox and Phil Spencer are looking at this and going, well, it isn't exactly the way we wanted, but hey, the news is good. People are reacting the way we would want to see them react, so we're just going to roll with it. In other Xbox news, they also announced that Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and EA Play are getting together. So if you have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, you'll be able to play all of EA games. This used to be EA Access, so they have changed their name to EA Play. And with this, that's just going to add even more value to Game Pass Ultimate. Now, don't expect to have any of the first coming out games that are releasing on launch day like you can get over on PC with the more expensive version, but in most cases, almost all their games end up on there a couple of months later. So you're going to end up with a situation where if you are patient and you wait a couple of months and you're money conscious, this is going to save you even more money in the long run by having these two bundled together. They don't give an official date on when this is going to start. They simply state holiday. So look forward to that. Probably going to be something to try and help push the new game systems coming out, because they don't have a first-party game coming out, so they have to have something that's going to help push and sell consoles. So they are probably banking on this to be one of those things where you buy this, you get your month or however long of Game Pass free included, and try and get you hooked with the EA Play as well on all of this. And in regards to the new systems, we have new news that coming out this morning from Xbox Wire, where they've now teamed up with Taco Bell. And so with Taco Bell, they are doing the same thing that they did back when the last consoles launched. They are having a special where every 15 minutes they will be giving away a free Xbox Series X. All you have to do is purchase a drink, or either through the mobile app or in person. Oftentimes these are available for free, like you can go in, sign up, and get one free entry every day as well. It's required by law in most places in the US is to have something like that set up, but this is beginning September 24th. Now, they do have one other thing going on though. If you have the Taco Bell app, you can go in there and sign up for this new beta program they have going on, and for I think it's 3-4 days before this launches, they are doing a once a day drawing to give away one of these even sooner. So if you have the app, go in there, sign up, get that beta program. It's free. You can probably unsubscribe from it afterwards if you don't want to get the notifications from it. But that'll give you just a few extra chances to go in, win one of these systems, and be able to gloat to your friends. Be like, hey, look what I got. It's not even supposed to be out till November, but I have it in September. So how cool is that? I don't know that they'll actually come out that quickly, but last time people were getting them quite early in comparison. And we have some other news in regards to their Game Pass. Now, Game Pass for PC is coming out of beta. So starting on the 17th, the price is going to be going up to $10 because they're like, it's no longer in beta. And if you already pay for it, you're going to be okay for the next month. But after that, it's going to jump up. So if your subscription renews before the 17th, you're still going to be able to hold and keep that $5 price. But once it hits September 17th, the next renewal after that, you are going to be paying the regular $10 a month for this. Now, you still can do the pricing where you can do multiple months in a row. You can go out, you can buy a 6-month subscription just like you can with regular Game Pass or Game Pass Ultimate. So those are still available to you. But this is coming over on Wccftech, and they have this announcement, and I saw on several other websites this morning that this news is starting to pop up all over the place to say, hey, your price is about to go up. Hopefully they sent out notifications. I have Game Pass Ultimate, so I've got the multi-year. I signed up for 3 years of it when it first came out, and I've enjoyed it. It's been incredible, but that gives me both on my system and my PC access to all those games. So I don't know if a notification is coming out on this, unfortunately, to individual users, since I don't actually have a month-by-month pay on this one. And we're going to head over into some tech news. In regards to AMD, they yesterday teased that the sun will come out tomorrow, and we were all hoping that we were going to be getting new information on graphics cards and stuff yesterday, and it turns out no, all they did was announce when they are going to announce these things. So it's a little disappointing on the standpoint of, we had Nvidia come out, they gave us all this information, but then they're like, okay, here it comes. We're going to know what's going on, and we're going to be able to make a decision on pricing. And no. They say October 8th, you get to find out about the new processors, which is awesome because Zen 3 is projected to be incredible. But that means RDNA is going to have to wait till later in the month, and much later in the month of October, October 28th. So that puts those of us who wanted a new card fast in a bit of a bind, because that means we either have to go out and buy the first run really quick, or wait, hope some of those cards still exist for whatever reason, that they're still available, but chances are they could be sold out by this point. And then we don't know when the AMD cards are coming out. Could be a couple of weeks after that still, and we don't know that they're going to be better. So all of a sudden, here we are in November, hoping we can get a graphics card in order to play the new games that we want. Other AMD news, we got a sneak peek at one of their graphics cards. So AMD Radeon RX 6000 Big Navi card. It is pictured with 16 gigs of DDR6 memory from Samsung. This is listed as a test board, so this is probably not a final product. It may not even be with the regular 16 gigs of GDDR6. It could be the GDDR6X, so we just don't know at this point what their final build is going to be, but we do get a look at the board, and it shows something interesting. It's got this open space here, and we can see that the memory is built up on the other side. So they only have the memory module on one side of the board, which gives the opportunity for a possible 32 gigs of memory on this card when showing the memory built on both sides. So that may be professional only. It's possible that we get this and AMD says on a professional card, you can have up to 32 gigs of GDR6 or GDDR6X, which would be incredible, but it also means that we could be seeing a base standard of 16 gigs on AMD's cards in order to compete with things like the 3080, which are only at 10, or competing in kind of a middle ground, so a price that might be higher than like the 3080, but cheaper than where they're sitting at with their 3090, which has 24 gigs. And that's leads into the whole idea of, we could see Nvidia come in and say, okay, here's our 20 gig variant. And so now we have these nice step ups between the different brands, where we have at 10 gigabit memory, we have the 3080, and then AMD has the 16 gig memory just above that. And then right above that, we have the 3090 with its abilities, or they release the 3080 Super / Ti card at 20 gigs right above that, and then we just have that nice step up process with all of this. Now, the memory in these is not the end all be all. It's just an easy indicator for where it kind of falls, but the CUDA cores and the tensor cores and all that information that go into this is the primary information that you need to look for, because the higher those counts, the better the card is going to perform overall. Those are, as far as hardware, looking at the hardware, those are a more accurate way of determining power in comparison before we have benchmarks. And again, even then, it is not necessarily a true to course, because you can have things that are similar and equal, but if the drivers, the way they process information isn't the same, one could still outperform the other by a significant margin. But this just allows us to have a look at these, give us an idea of where they're headed and whether they're going with this. And from right now, just if we were just looking at the memory on these cards, this would slide in above the 3080, and we would have to, this is what would probably prompt NVIDIA to go in and release one of these new cards a step above this and potentially reduce the price. If this card can equal or outperform the 3080, then all of a sudden they have to push the price down or create another card to outperform this one, and we don't know pricing. But that's going to be it for today. Thanks for hanging out. Remember to click the follow button if you haven't already. If you're over on YouTube watching this, click subscribe, and remember to follow me on Twitter, where we can have conversations while I'm offline. You'll get updates on tech information as it comes out, and if you spot something, you can let me know, and I'll make sure to get it up there for you. Until next time, have a good one.